Here we are again. We're going to be talking about bathrooms today, bathroom remodels, what is trending right now, how to find a contractor, and how to select the materials and the design work of all. And I understand you have some questions prepared for me.
Hello then. Yes. So I have some more questions for you, and I would be happy if we can answer these questions as well. It's like 20 something questions, and thank you so much before we start.
No problem at all. I'll try to answer those for you.
What is the first step homeowners should take before they call a contractor?
The most important thing would be for them to sit down, make a list of what they want and what they wish they could have. That way, when they're meeting the contractor, they're prepared to explain the contractor what they're really looking for. So it makes it a lot easier for the contractor to get a quote.
Does a bathroom remodel increase my home's value?
In most cases, it does. Bathrooms and kitchens sell the houses for sure.
Like, do I get the money back almost?
It all depends on the market variables. If the market obviously goes up, like it has been going up during COVID and pre-COVID or after COVID,
Right.
then you probably even make some money. And slow times, you may not probably get as much money, but it will sell your house a lot faster.
Nice. How can I save money on bathroom remodel? Is it possible?
Definitely. So if you keep the same layout of the bathroom, then you'll save quite a bit of money. And what I mean by that is don't move the toilet place, don't move the vanity, and don't move the stand-up shower or the bathtub, and also the light fixtures. Keep the same layout generally.
Can I remodel my bathroom for under $10,000?
Unfortunately, not. In a lot of cases, the material will be well over that. 10,000, maybe you can do a bit of painting and refreshment.
Refreshments, yeah.
But yeah, definitely not a full remodel.
How long does a typical bathroom remodel take for like a standard size bathroom? How long should I expect the time to be?
Typically, if it's planned out well by the contractor, it takes about 3 to 6 weeks. In some cases, because if you already, let's say, custom made shower glass and whatnot, that would add another 2 weeks. The bathroom, though, it will still be usable within 3 to 4 weeks times.
Do I need city permit for bathroom remodel in Ottawa?
Yes and no. ESA, if you change the electrical, you need to be what's called the ESA Electrical Safety Authority permit for that, and the electrician will pull that out, so you don't really need to do that. And then if you're changing the layout of the plumbing, but generally speaking, if you're keeping the layout the same, you don't need a permit.
What about structural walls?
If you're changing a lot, typically in the bathroom, we're not changing any load-bearing walls and what have you, but it could happen. If you're doing anything where you're changing the walls and it turns out to be structural, then you need a structural engineer, and you do need a permit for that.
In what order should a bathroom be remodeled?
The contractor usually starts with, once you go through the design stage, the approval, and you hire a contractor. Once you start the work, typically you're looking at the first day is demolition. Then you've got anything inside the wall, so insulation, electrical, plumbing, that needs to be done first. Then we close everything with drywall. We waterproof. Let's say if you have a stand-up shower or any walls that is going to be receiving water, and then we paint, and then we put all the things back together.
Can I stay in my house during the bathroom remodel?
If you have another bathroom, then I would say yes. Bathrooms can easily be contained, so the dust doesn't travel as far. So I would say yes in most cases. But if this is the only bathroom you have, then no.
Do I need special bathroom insulation in Ottawa winters?
Not necessarily. So the regular fiberglass insulation on the exterior walls would do just fine. But if you open exterior walls, you got to make sure that the vapor barrier is done properly. So it's not punctured, there's no holes in it, it's taped properly, and then acoustic caulking. So as long as you change the insulation that's wet and you make sure that the vapor barrier acoustic caulking is done properly
And no mold
taped,
over there.
no mold, you'll be fine. Yes.
Okay. Are heated floors worth it in Ottawa homes or not?
They're expensive, but absolutely worth it because we do have some very, very cold weather in Ottawa. So typically, the floors are made out of most of the bathroom floors in Ottawa. They're porcelain tiles. The tiles are very cold, so having a heated floors would be very comfortable for your feet.
Right. How do I prevent mold in my bathroom during humid summers in Ottawa?
Yeah, you want to make sure that you have a really good, high efficient, strong bathroom fan. And you also, very, very important, you want to make sure that the bathroom fan is connected properly and discharges all that moisture. Usually you want that to go through the roof onto on the outside, obviously from the bathroom, and not in the attic.
I didn't know actually that bathroom fan is that important. I thought it's just for smells and that's it.
No, bathroom fans actually plays a very important role in Ottawa because it draws the moisture out as well. So that moisture is not sitting around and turning into mold for the bathrooms.
Right. What is the best way to waterproof stand-up showers?
So we use a company called Schluter. It's a German company here in Canada. It's been around for a long time. They have custom-made shower bases that is waterproof. The walls are also waterproof. That's typically the best way to waterproof before you put the tiles on.
Should I choose a bathtub or a walk-in shower?
I usually typically see a lot of people going for the walk-in showers, but just because it's a lot easier to get in and out. Bathtubs, no one really uses them anymore, except people with small kids and pets. So typically, if you have a house that only has, one bathroom, you want to keep a bathtub, and if you have pets and if you have a dog.
So we have to have like at least one bathtub in the
At
house.
least one bathtub, I recommend for every household. But if you obviously don't have kids and don't have pets, then that doesn't affect you as much. But majority of people, I would say yes, at least one bathtub.
One. So actually, for selling reasons, that would be good too.
For selling reasons, it's very important because if you're selling, let's say, to people that have pets, and the majority of the potential buyer either have pets or they have kids, so you're basically reducing the amount of potential buyer pool by a lot by excluding those buyers.
What type of paint is best for bathroom walls?
Yeah, typically semi-gloss for the trim. That is the best against. It is the best against the mold, and then satin for the walls.
Do you suggest using a double vanity, like compared to a single one?
If you have the space, I absolutely recommend a double vanity because that just means that two people can do their thing at the same time, brush their teeth, do the makeup, and you're not waiting in line. So it's a lot
It's
more
good for
efficient.
couples, actually.
That's for sure. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
What are the best countertops for bathroom vanity?
I would say quartz because they're easy to maintain. You can clean them fairly easily, and they're not as expensive now because
Are
it's
they
so complex.
waterproof?
They're waterproof as well.
good.
Yes, absolutely, and they do really well. With water, molds, and all that good stuff.
How do you choose the right bathroom lighting?
So that's actually very important. I would say, you can add simple things like a smart mirror where it has its own light now. Instead of adding, let's say, if you don't have a vanity light, the smart mirror would be the easiest way to do it. And then typically you want to add some pod lights. A lot of the older bathrooms don't have pod lights. So a pod light over a stand-up shower makes sense. A pod light over the bathtub makes a lot of sense. You can also add dimmers to that. So pod lights and a smart mirror, and as well as the vanity lights important.
Okay, can I easily move my toilet to a different wall? I had this question from many people.
Yeah, I would say try not to do that because it could be very simple, but it could also be very not possible. And what I mean by that is, if you're moving the toilet and you have to go through floor joists, the toilet pipe is usually fairly large. So you can't cut through the floor joist because you compromise the structure of the floor. So the only place that you can move the toilet if you're moving, let's say, within that space where the floor joists are lining up and you're not going through the floor joist. So generally speaking, I would say try not to, and 99% of the time it is not recommended.
What about like the cost of it?
Cost is very large because if we have to go, let's say, through floor joists, we can't. So then what we have to do is, if we're moving it from one side and we have to go through the floor joist, because we can't go through the floor joist, we have to drop it down below, which you lose ceiling height on the other level.
Right.
And then you create a bulkhead, which is not pleasing. So very expensive and not ideal. And the end result is just not what you want.
Should I buy a custom-made stand-up shower or an off-the-shelf shower kit?
So if you're on a higher level, main level, upper floor, what have you, you definitely want to have a custom stand-up shower because it lasts a lot longer. It looks a lot better as well. It does cost more, obviously, but they also last forever. The off-the-shelf shower kits, they're made out of acrylic, base acrylic walls. The problem with them, they tend to crack eventually, and those cracks are so small that the leak is not noticeable for a long time, and then it creates a problem down the road. In the basement, typically you can use one of those off-the-shelf shower kits because if you have a leak, it's not going to do any major damage. But ideally, you want to avoid the off-the-shelf shower kits.
Where can I add more storage in my small bathroom?
Yeah, so for the stand-up shower, typically we use niche. We put shelves basically inside the wall where you can put the shampoos and what have you. Choosing the right vanity with proper shelving, where the plumbing rough-in is underneath the sink. Obviously, that would be another place where you can add some more shelves.
Why is my bathroom exhaust fan so loud?
Probably because it's old or full of dust. Replacing it with a new modern bathroom fan would solve that problem for sure.
Should I hire a general contractor for my bathroom remodel?
Absolutely, yes. The bathroom is a very complex project. There's a lot of different tradespeople that are required to complete this successfully, like plumbers, electricians, tile guys, drywall, painters, the trim guys. So definitely a general contractor would be best suited for this job.
And what questions should I ask the contractor before hiring them?
You want to make sure that you ask them for proof of insurance, liability insurance. You want to make sure that they'll give you a timeline of the schedule before they start the work. And you also want to have some photos of past work that they've done.
So all my questions are answered right now, but I know that you have always something good for us to just explain how's the process of doing the bathroom remodel or anything that you think you can share with us.
Yeah. So the most important is before you even hire a contractor or before you even call a contractor, I would say what you want to do is you want to come up with a realistic budget. And when the contractor shows up to the house and they're going over everything that you're looking to get done, if you have a budget in mind, they can build a quote to meet that budget so that there's not a lot of back and forth. Because if you don't have an idea of how much money you're going to spend and then the contractor builds you a quote that's not realistic with your budget,
right.
Then it just kind of, there's a lot of going back and forth. The other thing that you want to do is you want to figure out if you need a design for the bathroom and selection of the materials. Whether you want to include an interior designer to do that, or you can handle that with just a general contractor. If you're going to include the interior designer, you want to make sure that either it's your designer or the contractor. Majority of the contractors, they have their own designers that they work with. Usually, it's a fee that they charge for the design work. It's usually a good idea because once a design is completed, and you also have the materials selected, then the contractor can give you an exact price for that project. Without having a design or the layout and selection of the materials, it's almost impossible for any contractor to give you a quote. So the most important thing is select the materials, usually with a designer slash contractor, figure out the layout, and then the pricing comes in after. But before all that, the budget. Because you'd waste a lot of time if you don't know how much money you want to spend. And if you don't know how much money a bathroom renovation costs, you can consult with a contractor. There's a lot of contractors based on your list of things that you want to do will typically give you a range of pricing of what it would be. And if that budget obviously is too high, then you can postpone that project. You save a lot of time that way.
Like imagine the contractor tells me like $30,000 for remodeling. Should I expect like how many % of difference should I expect by the end of the project? Like more or less?
Yeah. So we typically ask every client to have a contingency budget. So 10 to 15%. If we have, let's say, a price of $30,000 for a bathroom renovation, then you want to leave about 10 to 15% contingency on the side, because when you open things up or you change some things midway, then you have that set up on the side. But if you actually have a good design and you've pre-selected all the materials, the price does not change that much, if ever. A lot of times is basically you do it within what that price is.
And what is the process to do like the bathroom remodel? What should be expect, like the steps?
Yeah. So once you go through selection of the contractor, do the design work, you have the selection of the materials, you order everything. All the materials have to be delivered before the contractor starts the job. And then the contractor has to come up with a schedule of all the tradespeople. The bathroom is one of those things that it's not one man or woman doing all of the work. There's a lot of different tradespeople who are involved to get this project completed. So you obviously usually have demolition guys. Then you have plumbers. It has to be a licensed plumbers in Ontario for them to do this kind of work. It has to be a licensed electrician. The contractor cannot do that kind of work themselves. And then typically most of general contractors will hire a tile man or woman in this case, and then drywall guys, painting and trim. Those are all the things that have to be coordinated. If you have a good schedule ahead of time, things move very smoothly.
Thank you so much. These
No
are my
problem.
questions. Yeah, thank
No
you.
problem at all.
Thank you.
Take care, man.